All right, all right, all right. We're going to start cooking today, baby. Let's cook today. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going down? We going to get it into this motherfucker today. Peace of pugilism. Welcome to another segment of Boxing Logics United. We about to get it in today. Let's go ahead and rank the fabulous 5, 25, 26 and under. The potential golden era right now. Because I think this is a hot subject. Fresh off of Devin Haney's bout versus Gamboa. Uriokis Gamboa. He's been catching a little bit of heat by not finishing the old man. More than just finishing, there was some other things he revealed. We're going to rank these bad boys right now. I have my ranking. My ranking is going top to left. So let it be no confusion. Teofimo's number 1. Here's my ranking. Tank, number 2. Shakur Stevenson, number 3. And this is ranked off ability, potential, upside as of now. Now, this could change in 2 to 3 years. We don't know. But as of now, my rankings of the fabulous 5 that could potentially bring the golden era, another golden era to boxing, that's hovering 126 to 135. And ones who got the size to go to 140, 147, potentially 154. These are the 5 right here. These are the 5. Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. And this is how I rank them as of today. As of now, this could change 2, 3, 4 years and now. We will see. But right now, Teofimo, number 1. Tank, number 2. Shakur Stevenson, 3. Ryan Garcia, 4. Devin Haney, 5. 26 and under. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and get in here because I'm going to motherfucking cook. That's fine. MMA got its rank. T.O. number 1, Hank 2, Haney 3, Shakur 4, Ryan 5. Hey, that's how you see him. That's how you see him. Everybody put their rankings up. My ranking is as you see him in the picture. Give y'all a few seconds, go and get in. But I'm going to be on for the next 3 or 4 hours. So you might as well get your opinions in now because I ain't going nowhere. Enough people will see this live. Yes, they will. Y'all go ahead and get cooking and get me a drink because we're about to get it in. You're welcome to come on to the panel and we're going to talk about it. I will be back. Line up your arguments. We're about to cook. We about to cook. Hit the like button. Andrew Tovey, what's up? Well, you see the link up. If that's how you feel, let's go ahead and argue it. Let's debate. I'm not knocking anybody's. I'm not knocking anyone's opinion because this is my opinion, of course. This is how I see it. Martin Harness and Haney needs power. Yeah, perhaps. He's still 21. Still 21. But he needs a few things. I think Haney needs to get down there and stay in Vegas for quite a bit of time. He needs to be in that Mayweather gym. Spend more time with Mayweather. I personally believe that with Haney. From what I can see right now with Haney, his upside, tremendous. But he is not up with the four in front of him yet. The four in front of him may have more of a natural physical pedigree for fighting. Let me repeat. Teofimo, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Ryan Garcia are pretty much, in my sense, already body built to fight as their career goes. They're body built to fight right now. Haney still needs to fill out quite a bit. hit the like button. And again, when you're ready to jump in here and let's talk this pure boxing talk, let's get it. Create a banner. Get my banner up. Y'all go ahead. Get ready to present your arguments. Because I think this is a good one. Get this. Peace to everybody in the building. Lopez, number 1. No question. Just off his accomplishments thus far, he deserves that. No argument. What's going on? Hold up, I got it right now. I got to put the other ticker down there. Bingo. Sither, what's up? What's happening, champ? He got no tank in there. Campbell beats him. He got tagged at will by Leo. Yeah, he did. I don't know if it was at will. He started catching up to him. But Tank has, he's going to do nothing but get better. He's going to mature. Let's hope he grabbed the discipline. But he is a fucking Tank. That's one thing. The thing is about Tank that perhaps separates him, or should I say, separates him, say, from Haney, is Tank is fucking mean. Oh, I was getting my ticker together, man. It's all good. If you want to hop in, come on, hop in. Slither. Slither your way up on in here. But getting everything right. And don't worry about a little silent time. I'm going to be here for about 5 hours. I mean, at least 3 hours. At least. That's my ranking down there. The blue, ranking of the Fabulous Five. 1 Lopez, 2 Davis, 3 Stevenson, 4 Garcia, 5 Haney. One reason Teofimo reigns supreme over everything. He may be, I say, bona fide, proven, number 1 out the 3, just strictly off confidence level. Teofimo's confidence level is on another level. That's without a doubt. That is without a doubt. Tank's confidence level is up there, but not quite as high as Teofimo's. And mind you, Teofimo, the takeover, orthodox, 23 years old, 16-0, 12 knockouts. Height, 5'8", reach, 68.5. The WBA, Super, and IBF, and WBO, and Ring Magazine in possession of all those lightweight titles. He is the unified champion with 3 of the 4 belts, plus Ring Magazine, and he has the WBC franchise title. Teofimo reigns supreme. There's no contesting that. We all know that. He's already been put up in the top 5 pound for pound in the world. 23-year-old and married. Maturity level. That's what I mean by that. He's going to be there. He's already thinking about solidifying legacy and protecting his family, the family he's soon perhaps going to make on his own. Gervonta Tank Davis, southpaw, 26 years old. Happy belated birthday to Tank Davis. He just turned 26 on November 7th. 24-0, 23 knockouts. Height, 5'5.5". Reach, though, 67.5. Short torso, long arms on Tank. One thing, WBA holds the WBA super featherweight title for 130, WBA regular lightweight title at 135. Tank. Shakur Stevenson, southpaw, 23, 14-0, 8 knockouts. Height, 5'8", right there with Teofimo Lopez. Reach, 68, right there with Teofimo Lopez. WBO feather title for 126. Olympic bronze medalist. Pedigree. Managed Andre Ward. Spars with Terrence Crawford. Perhaps on the daily. As Tank under Mayweather Promotions. Sparring with some of the best on the daily. Getting tutelage from TBE himself. Ryan Garcia, 21. Nicknamed King or the Flash. 20-0, 17 KOs. 5'10". 70-inch reach. WBC silver lightweight title at 135. Devin the Dream Haney. 25-0. 15 KOs. Height 5'8". Reach 71. Highlight that. Devin Haney has the longest reach out of all of them. WBA regular lightweight champion at 135. Smoking Joe, what's up, baby? My ranking of the Fabulous Five. Put down your ranking. Hop on the panel if you like. Let's get this thing going. I think Gervonta will prove to be too small for some of the longer reaching and more mobile boxers out of these. But any that decides plant their feet with him or have stamina issues are toast. But any that decides to plant their feet with him or have stamina issues are toast. Yeah. Again, as the title said, this is my ranking of the top 5 as of now. As of now. Tank is 5'5". Now that's 3 inches. But those 3 inches don't take Tank out the game. Of course, the highest we could see Tank going up max 140 in his career. He may want to test the waters and go up higher, but probably about 140, which makes him still in range of all the other 5 guys. And as he gets more mature, as he becomes more disciplined, he'll learn how to deal with the height. The thing is about the height issue with Tank and the other fighters, everybody Tank fights is taller than he is. If you go look at Tank's resume, everybody he's fought damn near has had 2-3 inches on him. Everyone out of his 24 fights, it's safe to say at least 2/3 of the people he's fought has had 2 to 3 inches on him. That is very safe to say. You feel me? So, although, yes, his height could be a problem, by the time Tank Davis, in years to come, or should I say, Tank is already adjusted to that. He's used to that. And in the years to come, he's only going to get better at fighting bigger fighters. That is going to be obvious. You know what I'm saying? So, time will tell. Now, let me go break down what I feel Teo reigns supreme and the strongest. Teo, physically, number 2 on the list, physically impaired, most physically dominant thus far. Or I should say right now, the most physically dominant out of all of them. I mean, Teofimo, we're going to say is pure athlete. Pure athlete. Now, Garcia got him by 2 inches. And as Garcia fills out, that could change. Shakur Stevenson becoming very dominant physically and only at 5'8". At 5'8", 126. At 3 years old. Can you imagine him at 4 years from now? He's going to be a monster. Ryan Garcia, 3-4 years from now, going to be a monster. Let's say they're at their height max right now. They're not getting any more taller. But by far, they're going to get stronger. And you can say that for all of them. Definitely for Devin Haney. Devin Haney's going to get nothing but stronger as his time goes. But his body is more linky. He will fill in some more. But as I look at his bone structure and all those things, I think he's going to be a wiry fighter for most of his career. When I look at his physicality, his body type, his bone density, or I can't say the density, but like his bone mass, the bone mass of Devin Haney, his max he's going to go up to, I think, would be about 147 as far as his career. But he's still very young, and that could change in 10 years. And tops I see for him, again, 154. Now, Ryan Garcia, 5'10", training by Reynoso, in there with Canelo. His upside is super tremendous. Super tremendous. And at 5'10", with the hand speed that he possessed already, as he gets stronger, his physicality can make him perhaps the most imposing out of all five, say 5 years down the road. But we still haven't seen him in the competition. Soon we will, next week. But we haven't quite seen him in a competition that's going to give us a good measurement of where he possibly can be in 3 years. We're still waiting on that. And that is coming up December 5th, next month. You know what I'm saying? We will soon see that. But after Devin Haney's performance last night, it was good. It was very good. Maybe, but it wasn't a better performance than Tank. Tank put on a far better performance versus Yuriorkis Gamboa than Devin Haney did. Now, yes, Yuriorkis Gamboa, after the first knockdown by Tank, had a problem with his Achilles. He perhaps snapped it. But let's keep in mind, that was after a knockdown. And I believe it was a second or third round or fourth round knockdown that Tank put on Yuriorkis Gamboa that caused him to pop his Achilles tendon. You know what I'm saying? We got to put that into proper perspective. It's not like he just happened to pop it on his own. That popping came after Tank put him down. Or a slippage of something like that. Tank was patient. Tank dropped Yuriorkis Gamboa 3 times in that fight. No matter how you cut it. Tank got the job done. Now, I have to give Tank the nod versus Gamboa over Devin Haney due to the fact Tank fought him sooner. And I have to give Ryan Garcia the nod in these rankings over Devin Haney because he's fighting tougher competition this year. He took a bigger step up by fighting Luke Campbell. Now, Luke Campbell is with the Zone or fights under the Zone banner, Matchroom banner, just like Devin Haney. So that fight could have happened a while back. Understand? That could have been Devin Haney that fought Luke Campbell this year instead of Ryan Garcia. So I asked the question, why? So the people who's handling Ryan Garcia think he's coming around this learning curve faster than the people handling Devin Haney. And that's why Ryan Garcia is stepping up to fight higher competition sooner. Because his development must be faster than Devin Haney's. And Ryan Garcia is going to fight a lively, still, I'm sure, ambitious, tall, strong opponent in Luke Campbell, an Olympic silver medalist. So Ryan Garcia, we already know, is going to get a much, much stiffer test on December 5th than Devin Haney has, or that Devin Haney did last night. So just based off the step up in competition, that being Ryan fighting Luke Campbell this year, ranks him higher than Devin Haney, who fought Gamboa last night. Ryan Garcia is fighting Luke Campbell, who's about 33. Only 2 losses. And one of those losses was a unanimous decision loss to whom many consider, or at one time considered, the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and that was Vasily Lomachenko. Ryan Garcia is fighting that guy December 5th. So that's why he earns number 4 on this list. Devin Haney last night, who I have ranked number 5 on this list, he showed good potential last night, but he also showed to me that he has still quite a bit to learn. I seen him do no more than a good jab. He had a great jab on Gamboa last night. He had a good right hand. He threw a good 1-2. He was defensively sound, showed a little bit of awkwardness as far as his balance. Devin Haney did last night versus Gamboa. But he didn't get hit with that, not really many big shots, nor did he land many big shots versus Gamboa. Because Gamboa, after that fight, looked like he was hardly scathed. Am I lying? Am I lying? Gamboa wasn't bruised much. Or banged up much. And if you look at Gamboa, he didn't look like he was in great shape either. Especially after he recovering from a torn Achilles tendon over the last year. And then going into a training camp, which I'm sure they had to be gentle on the Achilles heel before coming into this fight during the training camp. Understand what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia beat a damaged Yuriorkis Gamboa. Not only was he damaged, he was 38 years old. Yes, he's a previous Olympian. gold medalist from the Cuban boxing style, which posed some problems because which posed, I'm sure, a lot of problems for Devin Haney because Gamboa is quite skilled. Know all the old school tricks. What's popping? What's popping, Banks? Are you going to hop in a panel? Feel free if you like. But Gamboa, again, was 38 years old, former Olympic gold medalist, boxing style, but he was damaged. Trying to recover from an Achilles torn tendon that he acquired during this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And he didn't look like he was in great shape, even at 38. But Devin Haney could not seal the envelope and get him out of there in 12. Nor could he apply a good amount of damage to Yuriorkis Gamboa. Now, if I thought Yuriorkis Gamboa on last night, if Yuriorkis Gamboa was to fight Ryan Garcia, here's the question you got to ask. If Yuriorkis Gamboa was fighting Ryan Garcia last night, do you think Ryan Garcia would have stopped him? If Yuriorkis Gamboa was fighting the Shakur Stevenson last night, do you think he would have acquired more damage? And of course, if he had fought a Teofimo Lopez, would he have gotten knocked out? I think all of us believe he would have. I think we believe he would have. Because from what I can see right now, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, and from the last fight Shakur Stevenson had a few months ago, they're more meaner in the ring. And definitely Ryan Garcia too. They're mean. I mean, them motherfuckers are nasty. No doubt. Yeah, because Bill was telling Haney not to punch hard last night. Why was that? Did Haney have maybe an issue that we don't know about? Maybe he didn't want Haney look missing too much. Haney also last night showed the stats last night, I believe he connected on 34% of his shots. Hit the like button on your way in the building. Hit the like button for me, everybody. I appreciate it. He connected on 34% of his shots. 1 out of 3. And none of them did much damage to Gamboa. And I think I saw Haney throwing some hard shots in there. Definitely. And this is going to be part 2 of this live. But yet, he wasn't as accurate as I expected him to be last night. He didn't connect as much as he did, I think, Banks. You feel me? Do you think, no, it didn't make much sense. Do you think, Banks, do you think Haney connected as much as you thought he would have connected last night? Because for what I've seen of Gamboa last night, he still was favoring the right leg. Gamboa was still favoring the right leg last night. You know what I mean? From what I saw. Now, what do you think will happen Let's go back to what homeboy said. You said no, Tank ain't there. Campbell beats him. Well, we talking about the 5. And we don't know if Campbell beats Tank. Let's be honest. But I think what would happen if Gervonta Davis fought Devin Haney today? What do y'all think? Who would you pick? Gervonta versus Tank. I mean, Gervonta versus Devin. Right now, I put the money on Tank. To be honest. I will put my money on Tank. If Gervonta Davis and Haney, Devin the Dream Haney, fought today, my money would be on Tank. It seemed like Bill was telling him to do that to up his punch accuracy. Yes, okay, that makes sense. Now that makes sense because I just said that Haney, from the fight I saw last night, Haney didn't land as much as I thought he would land. Nor did he look as fast. And as he didn't have the, should I say, right now, if you're dealing with reflexes, just reflexes alone, I believe, of course, Teofimo, Tank, and Shakur have better reflexes than Devin Haney, are definitely ahead of the game in counterpunching. They're more supreme at counterpunching than Haney. Ryan Garcia, from what I tell, usually is front foot dominant, and he uses his reach at his advantage and his height, and he comes after you. And let's read what Banks said. It seemed like Bill was telling him to do that to up his punch accuracy, but I didn't really see much of an impact on the percentage compared to if he was throwing harder punches. I agree. I solely agree. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, this is the list as of now. We could see Devin Haney move to number 1. Without a doubt. But as of today, he is number 5 in my book. Haney ain't performed good last night, but Bill had a part to play in that. He was handicapping his son in the corner. Elaborate. By telling him not to punch is hard? Did Haney? Well, then we might ask, why would he say that? Why would Bill Haney tell Devin Haney to not punch as hard? One, yes, so he could look more accurate. But maybe, and I'm not making no excuses for Haney because we haven't heard anything after the fight. He didn't say he hurt his hand. He didn't say, as far as I know, did Devin Haney say that he hurt any part of his body during the fight? Did after the fight, during a post-fight interview or post-fight press conference, Banks, if you watched it, did Haney reveal any injury during the fight or before the fight? Because if he didn't, then yeah, Bill wanted Haney to look more polished, preserved, and look more accurate. Because maybe Bill Haney thinks when Devin goes out there trying to knock people out, perhaps he doesn't look as polished and accurate. Holla Mendez, Jeremy, what's up, champ? I'm not making excuses, but I think Devin Haney was shaking off ring rust. Or at least I hope so. But that also makes sense if Bill told him to punch less to up his percentage. Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. Because Haney is still under the pressure to perform and bring in, should I say, to show a stellar knockout, say like Tank Davis did the week before. And that could have put a lot of pressure on Haney to do that. And that could have harmed Haney. You know what I mean? Because they are in a race. These guys are in a race for popularity, pound for pound rankings, legitimacy, and everything, all the above. So Harley Mendez, yeah, I could feel that. But then, does that mean that Devin Haney, my apologies, does that mean that Devin Haney don't look that good when he's just trying to get a bomb or a home run? Or that shows that would make him look, it makes him look bad, should I say, when he's trying to go for a knockout. Because his father knows he don't have that one-punch knockout power like Tank has. Or like maybe perhaps Teofimo. And he wanted him to touch him up because it looked more accurate. Like I said before the fight, I said before the fight, Devin Haney does not have to knock out Yurioka's Gamboa. He don't have to knock out Yurioka's Gamboa to look spectacular. I said it before the fight. Everybody hit the like button if you haven't. Holla. It helps the channel and put some respect on the name. Okay? Banks, you hit the like button. Holla Mendez, Jeremy, hit the likes. I appreciate you. But I said that Haney does not have to knock out Gamboa. I said this during the fight live last night and before. He don't have to knock out Gamboa to look spectacular and to raise his stock. But he has to punish him. He has to look like Pretty Boy Floyd back in the day when the corner was just throwing the fucking towel. Said, you're not getting nowhere, Gamboa. You can't hit this dude, and you're getting hit too often at will. That's what Pretty Boy Floyd used to, if y'all remember, that's what Pretty Boy Floyd used to do to his opponents. He would hit them so often. He would hit them at will, flush, supreme accuracy, that the other fighter's corner would say, okay, this needs to stop because this is getting embarrassing. That's what Pretty Boy Floyd did. Pretty Boy Floyd didn't have no boring fights. And that's who all, at least, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 4. I'm sorry, 1, 2, and 5 are aspiring to be. And 3. Banks said he was fighting like he ain't had a hurt hand, though. It's only a certain amount of poker face you can put on fighting with an injury. True indeed. Real talk. Abdesh Shakur says, I think Haney looked very good. He just doesn't have the power like Tank. Yes, I think he looked good, but he didn't look spectacular. Abdesh Shakur. He looked good, but not spectacular. And looking good versus a 38-year-old fighter and not bringing or finishing him off spectacularly, you can look good, but finish out spectacularly. Devin Haney looked good, but he didn't finish the fight off spectacularly and get Gamboa out of there. So people are going to hold that up to him. People are going to hold him to that. You know? That's just the reality of the boxing world we live in. I expected it to be a boring fight by casual standards. Look, I'm a diehard. On the panel last night watching the fight was diehards. People who commented in a section People who were in the chat section and commented were diehards. They thought it was a boring fight. Who knows, maybe Devin trying a little too hard to fight like Money Mayweather. That is a big possibility. And like I said early on, if he's going to do that, Devin Haney need to be in Las Vegas a lot more often. Devin Haney better get in Las Vegas a lot more often. Because the thing is with Mayweather was, his trainers was his father and his uncle. Fighting pedigree. Skill-wise, career-wise, for what they accomplished in their career, they were fighters. Floyd was born with the fighting pedigree. Okay? Now, Devin Haney, father, Bill Haney, wasn't a fighter. So, well, and you could say perhaps neither was Tanks, perhaps neither was Teofimo, perhaps neither was Ryan Garcia. But they may have just been born with more of the attributes of a fighter than Devin Haney. And I'm just saying perhaps. Knowing that info, throwing hard punches whole fight might have gassed him out. Well, Devin Haney has no business gassing out at 21. As much as we see him train, I don't see that. You feel me, Banks? At 21, I don't see Devin Haney gassing out. As much as we see him in the gym, I don't picture him gassing out. I think throwing too many hard punches will make him look desperate and perhaps open him up for something and reduce his accuracy and how polished he may have looked. But I don't see it gassing him out. Gamboa didn't really push the issue. No, he didn't, Abdul Shakur, which is one of the reasons why he should have gotten out of there. And also one of the reasons why maybe Haney, who let's say is more than of a counterpuncher. Gamboa didn't push the issue much versus Tank Davis. But Tank Davis made do of the openings that was there. Gamboa didn't push the issue much versus Tank Davis, especially after he dropped him the first time, after he was dropped the first time and torn his Achilles or had the shoe debacle. You feel me? But Tank still did what he did and was beating the hell up out of Gamboa. Haney didn't show us any of that last night. That's why he's at number 5. Now, you may disagree, and I have no problem with your disagreement, but I'm just giving the boxing logic rationality. Laugh out loud, so I don't know, or I don't care, but who knows, that might be Haney's style of fighting, to be a versatile fighter than to be an offensive, all-defensive fighter. But I don't know. Yes, well, guess what? Floyd Mayweather was a very versatile fighter, right? And at 135, how did he look? I think Shakur Stevenson is a very versatile fighter. And he showed that in that last fight because he got nasty with that boy. And I can't remember his name at the moment. You feel me? Now, how versatile Ryan Garcia is, we don't know. We're going to see. Teofimo Lopez showed versus Lomachenko. Highly versatile fighter. Did he not show that versus the Matrix? He could be front foot dominant and throw the jab, in which he did for 8 rounds of that fight. Before that, we didn't see Teofimo throw the jab that much. And he fights like Mayweather. He is a Mayweather protege. Tank, Mayweather protege. Haney, Mayweather protege. Shakur, Mayweather protege. Ryan Garcia, Mayweather protege. Just look at the way they hold their stands. Know what I'm saying? I fell asleep on it myself. Turkey sandwich gave Lee the itis. Yeah. Be live. What's up, champ? DC the NY Love. That's what's up. If you want to join the channel, be my freaking guest. Everybody hit the like button. Please hit the like button and join the panel if you choose so. Got no problem with that. Know what I'm saying? Peace and love to the NY. From Dodge City, baby. All love. Bringing all the territories together. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. If Devin fights a more aggressive opponent, he will look better, in my opinion. That's a possibility. That is very much a possibility. So pretty much what you're saying is Devin has a hard time of creating his own offense. You do realize that's what you just said, right, Shakur? Devin has a hard time of creating his own offense. Enough amount of offense to get the fighter out when he chooses to get him out of there. That's pretty much what you just said. But did Mayweather do Tank, do Teofimo Lopez, and do Ryan Garcia need more aggressive opponents before getting them out of there? In order to get them out of there? That's the question we got to ask. Do the other four fighters need more aggressive opponents to get them out of there? But see, that's the thing, though. Would you rather get exposed for gassing out or win a fight? And people say you can't punch hard. Hey, Devin Haney got 15 KOs out of 25. If he was more accurate, what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be a KO. This fight could have ended in a TKO if he was that much accurate. Even with the light punches, where it was looking embarrassing. Now, it's one thing for everybody to say the fight was lackluster. The fight was lackluster because of it was just completely one-sided. But I don't think that's why people are saying the fight was boring. I think they're saying the fight was boring last night, and we're talking Haney versus Gamboa, because Haney didn't do enough to keep the people's attention. Whether you were diehard or casual, I should say. That's what I think is. Banks said, I'd rather have people talking bad about me, punching soft, than to be young and gassing out. Again, I don't think Devin Haney's going to gas out at 21 years old with as much as he trained. I don't see it. You feel me? Anybody in the chat, do you see Devin Haney gassing out in that fight? No. He wasn't even close to gassing out. He threw too many jabs and just right hands. So the question is, how accurate is Haney with his punch selection? So do Haney need? So all the things you guys are saying right now is saying, in other words, that Haney needs to build or improve his punch selection and his offensive ability. Because let's be honest, he is 21 and he is the WBA regular champion. But right now, do you see Devin Haney beating Teofimo Lopez? Do you see Devin Haney beating Shakur Stevenson? With as far as the skill set, Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia? That's the question. I'm not saying he can or cannot. What do you think? All he had to do is keep winning. They call Floyd boring, and he may not be a creative offensive fighter. What? He may only be able to take advantage of openings that his opponent gives him. Okay. Let's relive. Hold up. Give me 2 minutes. They said Floyd was boring when he became Money Mayweather. Let me repeat. They said Money Mayweather was boring. They never said that about Pretty Boy Floyd. Let me repeat. They said Money Mayweather was boring. They said Money Mayweather was boring after his victory versus Oscar De La Hoya. That's when Mayweather became boring at 32 years old. Okay? Let me reiterate, because people are just bunching this. They said Floyd was boring like that was his entire career. No. They said Floyd was boring once he became Money Mayweather. Pretty Boy Floyd was exciting to watch. Go watch Pretty Boy Floyd's fight. We talk about a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, up to a 30, 31-year-old Floyd Mayweather. That Floyd Mayweather was embarrassing fools in that fight. Did we forget Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales? Was that boring? Was Floyd Mayweather versus Arturo Gatti boring? Was Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton boring? Emmanuel Augustus boring? Jose Castillo boring? Chop Chop Corley boring? No. No, he was not. But let's say as he started to protect his body, protect his hands more, became more defensive-minded in the fight like his dad, and less offensive-minded like he was Pretty Boy Floyd, who was Roger Mayweather style in him. We became more like his father fighting style later on in his career to preserve the career, his body. That's where we say he started to become boring, where he began to make fighters miss more than lose. Do we think the Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez was boring? No. No way in the hell. We all say that fight was masterful. Let's be real. Now, Teofimo, not boring. Teofimo's last fight was boring? No. Tank last fight boring? No. I'm talking about the fights within this year so far. Shakur Stevenson's last fight boring? No. We got to see what. I'm not going to say Ryan Garcia yet because he fights next month. Then we're going to see. So he has to answer Ryan Garcia has to answer some questions next month. But Haney last night, a lot of people said it was boring. And it's not just me. YouTubers, look at the content creation going around. Look what the fans are saying. Yeah, he showed that against Loma. You damn right he did. Abdul Shakur, Myron, I saw something with Teo. His defense ain't as sharp when in that shell. When Loma was aggressive, he started touching Teo up. Yes, he did. I agree. But we're also talking about Lomachenko. Let me say that. One of the most accurate punchers in boxing today. Okay? That was versus the #1 pound-for-pound fighter today? Shakur, am I right? Or who was the #1 pound-for-pound before that fight? In many or most people's lists, ESPN, whoever it was. They put Crawford and Lomachenko 1 and 2. You can swap them wherever you want. Am I not lying? So when you're fighting a fighter of that caliber, can't you expect for Teofimo to get touched up? Let's just be fair here. The boxing logic reply to that. Yeah, I think we got to give Teofimo a little credit. He was getting touched up by one of the top 2 then pound-for-pounds in the world. And still a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, top 10 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Vasily Lomachenko. All right? Ryan Garcia is a complete question because he's training with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. He might be a pressure fighter, but I have no idea yet. So we'll see once he fights Luke. Yes, we got to hold off on Ryan Garcia. But I think why I put him at #4 because off his stature alone and who he's around. You got to think his learning curve and who he's fighting right now. Mind you, let me repeat, or let me run by you again. Ryan Garcia is 20 and 0, 17 KOs. Devin Haney is 25 and 0, 15 KOs. So we can say Ryan Garcia is coming in a faster learning curve. Just if you're just dealing with the amount of fights they have right now at this point of their career, right? Ryan Garcia is coming to a faster learning curve than Devin Haney thus far. Now, I would love to see them two fight. My God. That's what I think needs to happen. Ryan Garcia versus Haney. But we know we're not saying that no time soon, I don't think. Hala Mendez Jeremy said, again, so Ryan Garcia could be a versatile fighter or either a pressure fighter. Because I haven't seen enough in his early round KO fights to see how he fights. Since his left is razor sharp. Yes. Razor sharp and questionable, I must say, versus the top competition. So that's a question mark under Ryan Garcia too. But I'm saying, given the fights thus far, him at his 21st fight is fighting Luke Campbell. Devin Haney at his 26th fight was fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa. Is Yuriorkis Gamboa just as good as Luke Campbell at their point in their career right now? Would you say Luke Campbell is better than Yuriorkis Gamboa, or Gamboa is better than Campbell? That's what I'm trying to break down to the logic. So that must say Ryan Garcia and his people think he's at a faster learning curve than Devin Haney is thus far. And I gave him the #4 spot basically because he's fighting much, much tougher, much younger, much livelier, and better competition as of yet, or sooner, than Devin Haney is. I think people were spoiled by Teo and Tank's fights. Devin had an older vet who isn't easy to look good against. But Dev ain't an explosive type fighter. He's a pure boxer. Okay, I can agree with that. Now, my point is, that pure boxer should have touched up Yuriorkis Gamboa a whole lot more. That pure boxer should have been way more accurate with his power punches and not worrying about gassing out. You know what I'm saying? I think Devin Haney stops Teo and I'm dead serious. Tio had the least spectacular showing between Tank, Tio, and Devin. Okay. I'm not going to even take that comment serious, Shakur. You was making pretty decent sense before this comment, and I'm going to read this out loud again. I think Devin Haney stops Teofimo Lopez, and I'm dead serious. I'm dead laughing at you right now. I am dead laughing at you right now for making this comment. Tio had the least spectacular showing between Tank, Tio, and Devin. Tio was fighting. Tio had the least. Let's read this again. Tio had the least spectacular showing versus Lomachenko. So now, Vasily Lomachenko, we have to go back to see what Abdul Shakur thought about Lomachenko. Now, Teofimo had the least spectacular showing. I think he had the shutout. Then Tank, Tio, and Devin fighting, arguably, at that time, just a month ago, the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Okay. I'm not going to even elaborate anymore on that one. Because that was hilarious, Shakur. I wish I had some sound effects for that one. I don't really think this is a fair question, Double M. We're basing the answer based off last night fight, but I still don't think Haney fucking with neither one of them. True. Okay. So we do agree. I don't think this is a fair question. What question are you talking about? I don't really think this a fair question, Double M. We basing the answer based off of last night fight. I still don't think Haney fucking with neither one of them. So we agree. You don't think Haney is messing with any of the top four thus far. But what is not the fair question? James Bell, what's up, champ? Let's get in here and talk some shit if you like. Pose your argument. Because I don't have a question. I'm just making a statement of who I feel my top five up there. You feel me? Two casuals. Okay, hold up. Two casuals, that fight with Nello was boring. They don't even know what they be watching. They just see two people fighting. Well, maybe not. It depends on the casual. But I see what you're saying. People said Tio was exposed versus the tall Oriental cat. Well, he also beat the shit out of that Oriental cat. I saw the fact that, yeah, the height and the reach maybe made it more opposing, more difficult for Teofimo. But I seen Teofimo hit Naka, and you talk about Nakatomi. I saw Teofimo landing on Nakatomi at will with power. That's what I saw. Luke Campbell is a god. But Myra Loma is much smaller than Tio. That's not Teofimo's fault. Teofimo is bigger than Tank. Okay, isn't he? And I'm working down to you. That's not Teofimo's fault. Okay, because Lomachenko was fighting in the division, and Lomachenko had all the belts at 135. So don't make excuses for Lomachenko. If Lomachenko himself thought he was smaller, he wouldn't have been at the 135 division. Am I right? Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? So that means nothing because Tank is smaller than Lomachenko. Okay? About if Haney can beat Garcia, Haney, or Shakur. James Bell, what's popping?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Watched a little bit of football.
Oh yeah, who's? Well, you see,
Wow.
you see the topic.
Oh
I
yeah.
my
Got the
top
top
five,
five right here.
my rankings of the Fabulous Five.
All
Lopez
right.
1, Davis 2, Stevenson 3, Garcia 4, Haney 5. What is
Of
your ranking of the
course,
Fab
Lopez
Five thus
number
far?
one.
25 and under, the new golden era.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with the list a little bit. Shakur, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really like checked too much of his fights out yet.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Well, you should.
like
You
what is his notable fights?
man, just look at the last two.
Last two?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check him out.
This
I
year,
think I
well,
caught
this
a
year and the one from last year. Just look at it. Because
yeah,
I
I
mean,
caught a couple of his little highlights. He seemed like a pretty decent kid.
Shakur,
Yeah,
here's the
he's young though. I don't even
Shakur is
think he barely been
23. Yeah, he's 23. You got
yeah, he's
Lopez,
23.
23, Davis, 26, who just turned 26 November 7th,
Yeah.
yesterday. Shakur, 23, Ryan, 21, and Haney, 21. Now,
Uh,
here's the truth. And I want you to really go look at it. Shakur is so high. Shakur is the best defensively out of everybody in the entire group.
okay.
His dictation of distance, his range, his control of range, his dictation of distance, and ring
Hmm.
generalship is only second to perhaps him and Tio.
Hmm.
Facts. Go watch a fight today. That's all I'm telling you. You watch and keep in mind
Yeah.
his manager is Andre Ward, and
Okay.
his rep and his regular sparring partner is Terrence Crawford. He is Olympic bronze medalist.
All right.
He's 5'8", 126, under top rank. And we know top rank picks the best.
Oh yeah.
Top rank they know who they picking. So, you know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? So, go watch Shakur fight. Especially the last one was behind closed doors. And see what he did to that. The motherfucker's nasty. Nasty. And he's still fighting at 26. But he's going to be coming up really, really fast, 130, 135
Oh, so he
anytime.
ain't in the 135 yet. Yeah.
No, but he's about to fight 130. I think the last fight might have been at 130. He's stepped up. But that don't mean nothing. His body and everything, he's going to mature into 135, 140. He's going to jump up. I see him leapfrogging 130, 135 really fast. To be like in the next 3 years, he's going to be fighting perhaps a 140.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
But to me, from what I've seen, he's the best defensively out of all of them. That's my
How's his
opinion.
how's his power? His power pretty good?
14 wins, 8 knockouts. Power is decent. He's still young,
Okay.
developing. But the thing is, the fucker is a technician. And his percentage rate, land rate is high. He looked like how he land and just how Floyd looked like my example last night, as far as Floyd versus Corrales or
Yeah.
Turagati, was he wasn't knocking them out, but the corners was like throwing in the towel.
Oh
That's
wow.
what Haney did in this last fight. He was hitting this
Now
dude at will. Body, face, whatever. It's just whatever he wanted to throw, it was just landed.
now did he get different looks as far as his opponents?
Yeah. He's getting any type of look you want to get. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I just think he's like skill-wise, he's better than Tank already. In my
Well, I
opinion.
mean, with that being said, I
I think,
mean,
my opinion.
you think he's
Remember,
better
mind
than
you, he
Ryan
has a
Garcia though?
huh?
So you think he's better than Ryan Garcia?
Skill-wise, yes. He might be better. Hey, skill-wise, defensively, technically, he may be already better than Teofimo.
Oh wow.
Mind you, they're the same age, but Teofimo went to the Olympics. He went to the
Yeah.
Olympics that year, and Teofimo did not. They was both on the same Olympic team.
Oh, okay.
So his career started a little bit late. But you know Bob Arum ain't picking no scrubs.
Oh no.
Yeah. He is
Most
that
definitely.
good. He's bad. And like I said last night, all you need to do is go to they got it's footage online right now of him sparring Haney and Ryan Garcia.
How
Him
you hold
sparring
up?
Haney. It's footage out there of him sparring Haney, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Haney was coming in there early and trying to like impose and show some dominance in like the first 1 or 2 rounds,
Yeah.
right? In the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw Shakur's like, oh, okay. Because he was like 18 and Haney was like 16 then, right?
Oh, okay.
Or something like 19 or 20, and Haney was 18 or something like that, or 19.
But they both were
And,
just young students then.
right. But the thing is, Haney came in there and was like just doing this thing, right? Thought he was like trying to impose,
Mm-hmm.
be front foot dominant, and could just like run through Shakur Stevenson. And then you saw
Mm-hmm.
Shakur Stevenson say, oh, okay, he's trying to come with something. And you saw Shakur Stevenson step up the level. You saw Shakur Stevenson take it up another notch and just start like punishing Haney ass.
Oh wow.
Look, go
Okay.
look at, hey, if anybody in the chat who know what I'm talking about, the sparring match between Shakur and Devin, they know what I'm saying. So I'm telling you, go watch it yourself.
All right. I keep that
Shakur
in mind.
start punishing this motherfucker.
All
I was
right.
like, God damn. I was like, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like he's the younger guy was letting the little youngin just see him, filling out what he had, and then he just
Yeah.
raised the level and it was just shutting Haney out.
It seems like
So,
he can process information fast.
oh yeah, he processed the information, saw he was coming with, and he just started taking over. He took over the fight, the sparring match.
Wow.
So that's what I saw. So go watch it yourself though. Go watch it yourself. So, you know, I ain't trying to impose my opinion on you. Go watch it yourself and then, you know, tell me what you think about if Haney can beat Garcia, about if Haney can beat Garcia and Haney or Shakur. Yeah, I think Shakur. And mind you, when they did that, when they was
Mm-hmm.
sparring, mind you, Shakur's still at 126, Haney's at 135, right?
Well,
But when they
they wouldn't be
sparred
that
against
size
each
at
other,
that time, though.
no, but still, when they sparred against each other,
Yeah.
Shakur showed dominance in the second and third round. More skill and technical ability and better IQ. Haney didn't show the greatest IQ last night in boxing. And that's why he's ranked number 5 as well.
Oh wow.
To me, he
I
did.
mean,
That's my opinion. That's my opinion again. But Don Box,
like I
come
said,
on,
he
man.
did
Tank
good, but he
ain't doing
didn't
that shit
do.
to Haney, bro. Haney a pure boxer. Tank is a beast, bro. But he get hit too much on the way in. Yeah, but he got hit too much versus a 37-1 professional high talent fighter versus Leo Santa Cruz that throws punches in bunches. Now, let's put in perspective. Haney doesn't throw punches in bunches.
Yeah,
Shakur
Haney's a
don't throw
good
punches in
defensive fighter.
bunches. Garcia don't throw punches in bunches. Leo Santa Cruz throw punches in bunches. You feel me? We got to say Leo Santa Cruz, just off the record alone and what he's accomplished, give him his respect. He, at this point, before he fought Tank, was better than all these guys. Let's say he was better skill-wise. Because, let's be honest, Leo Santa Cruz was winning that fight before Tank knocked him out. Do you think James...
Exactly. Well, from what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. Leo Santa Cruz was winning the fight. So that showed that Leo Santa Cruz perhaps had better skill-wise. Now, what Leo Santa Cruz don't have was the discipline to stay to the boxing, stick to the plan. You feel me? In my opinion.
Yeah, because
Now,
Leo's like he's kind of got that Mexican style thing going on.
Yes.
He, goes forward, and takes too many chances really when he just should have just boxed him. That's why I said if you put Devin Haney against Tank, I think Devin Haney would outbox him and he'll
Okay.
break him down.
If you do what?
So
Haney versus Tank?
yeah, I think he would break him down. Only thing Tank could really do is oppose his will on him and get in there and hit him with one of the big shots. But I think Haney's defense is good enough to stop him.
Hmm.
May not knock him out. It'll probably go to the
Maybe.
guard.
Maybe. Maybe. I think Haney might. Maybe. Maybe. We have to see that. No excuse for Loma. I picked Tio to stop him little, Loma. But if
Yeah.
Loma can press Tio, what is 5'9" Haney gonna do? Loma didn't press Tio till came about round 9. What he did the first 8 rounds was stay the fuck away from Teofimo. Now those are facts. You can watch the fight. He stayed the hell away. You know why? He felt
Got that right hand.
or the left. He felt Teofimo's power. Lomachenko
Oh
ran
yeah.
for 8 rounds. He was on his fucking bicycle. And he started pressing when he knew what? He knew he was way behind on the scorecards.
Yeah, and plus he was throwing foul shots in the clinch anyway. He was hitting behind the head
He
and
started
headbutting.
headbutting, started round 6.
Yeah,
Come on now. Let's be real.
that's the facts.
We
Yeah,
need to
we
see,
saw that.
bro. We tired of waiting shit. Yes, we all are tired of that. And I agree with you 100%. And you know what? We ain't going to see all of them no time soon. We might see 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think Ryan Garcia and Haney might mix it up though.
They need to because those 2 are working together.
Yeah, they've been talking it up a good bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're trying to build it up so Hearn can make a big money move on it. So I feel like Haney's next move, in my opinion, it's either going to be Lopez or it's going to be fighting Garcia next, depending on how Garcia does against Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have to put, and like I said earlier, Garcia's just dealing off their record today. You talk about Garcia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is 20-0 with 17 KOs. Devin Haney 25-0, 15 KOs. So Garcia must be on a faster learning curve. Because
I think the
I'm
opponents he's
saying
been
based
getting
off,
ain't been that good.
let's say this. I'm saying it's based off the fights they have thus far.
Yeah.
Devin Haney has 5 more fights than Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, but be honest
Okay.
about Garcia, he really haven't
Okay.
fought nobody yet. I'll be
Neither
real with
did, well, yeah, neither did Devin Haney up till last night. And he fought a
you.
nobody that was damaged. He fought a somebody that was damaged. I mean, you feel me? So
Oh yeah.
Ryan Garcia is taking a stiffer competition jump sooner in his career, based off the amount of fights they have thus far at this age, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Ryan Garcia having only 20 fights, so that means his 21st fight, he's fighting Luke Campbell. Devin
Yeah.
Haney's 26th fight or 25th fight, he fought a damaged Gamboa, an overage Olympic gold medalist with a bad Achilles tendon. That's just the reality. That's no opinion involved in that. That's just the reality of the situation, right?
You thought about that.
Okay, so that's all I'm talking about. Holland Mendez, Jeremy, man, if you want to join the panel and talk this shit, let's talk it. Because I want to take a break and let y'all go the fuck at it.
Hey, I'll be sleeping on Luke Campbell though, man. He pretty all right. He ain't that
I
bad.
know they are. That's why I say Ryan Garcia is fighting a live opponent who still have ambition, right?
Oh yeah.
An Olympic silver medalist.
Yeah. I mean, because he did really, to me, he did okay against Lomachenko until Lumo pressed him. But other than that, he was doing pretty good against Lumo. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got good range. He's pretty good with a jab. You know what I'm saying? Right hand's pretty decent. But Luke Campbell ain't no just just walk through. That's
Luke
for sure.
Here, Holly Mendez. Answer Holly Mendez. Luke is a southpaw. Gave Loma a harder fight. Gave Loma a harder fight than the who. I mean, I gave Loma a hard fight. He was a really, because of that reach and advantage and the height. He was really good amateur fighter. Dude brings actual danger in the ring. Absolutely. Go answer that question comparing to, Loma and then Haney and say Garcia, bro.
But surely, I mean, southpaws, they're usually hard to hit anyway. They make the fight very awkward. So it's not gonna be really that pretty of a fight fighting a southpaw. Now, how will he do against Luke Campbell? By watching Ryan Garcia, I mean, he's good offensively, but to me, I feel like the only test really to see how he would do when he's pressed up against adversity. That's really when you're going to get to see how good he is.
Who, Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, because I haven't really seen his defense, you know what I'm saying, because his offense has been, against pretty low caliber opponents. So,
yeah, I agree.
If he fights a guy like Campbell and he presses him and he uses his size on him and his experience, it might be a long night for Garcia. You might see the same thing what happened with Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And plus, I mean, Garcia is not really light on his feet either. He's really heavy-footed.
Who, Garcia?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he flat-footed most of his fight. I agree.
When he throws his combinations, he's straight flat-footed. It ain't like he's moving and shuffling too much. He's just boom, 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 bang. And, just let it loose. But, like I said.
Do you think he's slow-footed like Canelo? As bad as Canelo is?
I think Canelo's got better footwork than Garcia.
Well, yeah, at this point in his career. But I'm talking about foot speed.
As far as speed, I haven't really seen Garcia really move, really. I mean,
neither does Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, they're both kind of the same kind of fighter, really. They both plant their feet down on the ground and throw huge combos and fast combos too. But that's why I would look at him fighting Campbell and I would say, Luke Campbell might give him a lot more trouble than people think. And you know what I'm saying? It might be a long night for Garcia, though.
I think it's going to be. It's possible.
Yeah. And it might make his performance look pretty, bad too. So.
Say that again? You think what?
I think it might make his performance look kind of bad when he fights him too.
Garcia's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Luke Campbell is a smart fighter too. My thing is, I don't think Luke Campbell is aggressive enough for me.
Yeah, he does it in spots. He does it in spots.
Abdel Shakur said Haney is still only 21, and he shut out Gamboa, who fought like he was trying to last 12 rounds. Okay, that's all gravy. Yeah, he's only 21. Ryan Garcia is 21. Teofimo's 23. You know what I'm saying? Tank is 26, and Shakur is 24. Who has the most fights out of all of them? Haney is 25. Haney is 25 and 0. 21, but with 25 fights, right? Who has the most fights? Haney.
Yeah, Haney.
Haney got the most fights.
Like I said last night, man, I mean, there's certain fighters that won't fight him, though. That's just
But the thing is, my thing is, until we can really prove that is the case, we can't go off of that. We can't really prove that the fighters don't want to fight him. We can't prove that. That's just off speculation, in my opinion, and what we've seen. But we don't know what they're saying. I don't know. I have no clue what they're talking about in the behind the scenes.
It'll be interesting because after a performance put on last night, you might see some people be more interested in fighting them now. So, in a weird way, that might give him the fights that he needs.
You think it might be a bait and switch?
I mean, like I said, the thing about Haney is it goes back to the mouthpiece thing. I'm like, in order to get those big money fights, man, you gotta just keep dogging them and keep talking trash until you get them. If you gotta get
Haney
disrespectful,
is
get them
always
in there.
talking trash though.
Not enough though. Not enough. Like Lopez was on it. I mean, when he was on Luma bad. It's
Yeah, look,
like,
Abdul Shakur was talking about when Haney and Shakur fought each other. I saw it. Haney was 16, but he held his own too. And look, that means Shakur was what? Shakur was only 18, right? Because there's only 2 years between them. Yeah, then Banks said, yeah, Shakur worked his ass to the point Dante took it off his channel. Yo, Shakur started working that motherfucker's ass. I was like,
oh
oh God,
man.
that motherfucker vicious. And I'm talking about his footwork, he has fast feet, dude. Shakur
Talking
got
about Steve.
fast feet. Oh man, his feet, his footwork, his control of distance, his snap is beautiful. I was like, oh, this motherfucker gonna be a monster. Before, and I was on Haney. I was on the other fighters before I was on Shakur because he was getting more of the hype and pub. But then I saw,
Yeah.
let me go start looking at Shakur and looking at his fights. I'm like, God damn. Look at his last fight, though, dude.
So he's
Man,
still under the undercard.
he started throwing body blows. Huh?
He's still undercard. He ain't been main event
No,
yet.
he was the main event. No shit,
Oh,
he the main event. He dude, this motherfucker was going to this dude's body so viciously. And that's what we didn't see of Haney last night, did we? How often did we see Haney throwing body punches?
yeah, he rarely went to the body. To be
No,
honest,
he
he did a lot more
exactly.
headshots than anything.
He ain't. Yeah, he was headhunting. So that's what I'm talking about. Boxing IQ.
Yeah, but I think
That's
that
why
was
he was ranked
basically
5.
trying to impress and trying to press it a little bit. Like I said, you just gotta let it come. You just gotta let it come when it comes. If you get the knockout, good. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, just go on. But I think it was mainly trying to impress everybody, trying to get one of them highlight performances things. But like I said, he performed good, but then, the
It
performance
wasn't
kind of
spectacular.
was bad. Yeah, it wasn't spectacular.
That's the thing. Right now, after what Teofimo did, being pound for pound #1 on most people's list, after what Tank has just done, the pressure fell on him for sure. There's no doubt about that. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah, especially.
depending on what Ryan does, Shakur, his last fight early in the year behind closed doors, was majorly impressive. I mean, he stopped dude. It was
Was the guy fighting pretty good?
destruction. Huh?
The last fight he had fought, was the guy good?
Let me look it up right now. He wasn't bad. He was a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Upside. Yeah. He wasn't bad. But he just looked out. The thing is, if you replace, in my opinion, if you perhaps put Shakur in that fight last night, he would look great. He would look great against Gamboa last night. If you put him in a fight, you put him versus Gamboa, I mean, in a fight with Gamboa instead of Tank, he looks great against Gamboa. That's just my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I mean, he looked good. He looked good. Let me go look up the last. I'm gonna look up the last fight. I just said Haney is taller than Tio. No, they're not. They're the same height.
Yeah, I
They
think
both are
Teal's got
5'8".
longer reach.
He has a 71-inch reach. He has a 2.5-inch reach advantage. They're the same
Yeah.
height. They're both 5'8". Abdul Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And Teofimo is more athletic. though.
Oh yeah, Miles.
Yeah.
Miles is way athletic,
Teofimo's more athletic, more stronger, and he's faster.
and he got power
Yeah. He has
and
so
speed.
Haney's
So he got
already
it
at
pretty much
17.
off.
Huh?
To me, he got it all really.
He has everything.
Speed, power,
Yeah. Speed, power.
medicine.
He has it all. IQ.
Oh yeah,
He said, but that's the only boxing advantage. He's out of his mind. Abdul Shakur, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I respect your opinion though, but that he's only taller and Tio with a better boxing skill set, I don't know. I think Tio has a better skill set, more power, more athletic, and more nastier.
oh yeah. I think it'd be a really hell of a fight between both of them, though. I mean, even though Haney didn't put on a great performance last night, it'll still be a good fight between both of those two guys.
Haney and Tio,
Oh yeah.
I think Tio may stop.
Oh, you think so? Oh, I don't know. You gotta
If you
remember
put them up
now. I
against
mean,
each other today, if you put them up against each other today, I'm picking Tio unanimous decision or stoppage.
yeah, the Haney you saw last night, most definitely.
Okay, so that's supposed to be a better Haney. Are you a
Eh,
diehard?
like I said, that wasn't the best version of Haney I saw, to be honest. Like
No.
any other Haney, any other night would look better than that one, but I think he was pressing a lot and you know what I'm saying, trying to pretty much headhunt. He should have just took his time, go to the body early. That's one thing I was very shocked of because he's usually pretty good at that.
We're going to the body.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that
he,
what I said? Right. Remember I said that maybe he need I maybe shouldn't say that out loud. Maybe I think he need to be in Vegas a little bit more. Him and his father need to be in Vegas to get him a little bit more tutelage.
yeah. I
Because
think Floyd should work with him a lot more.
yeah, he does. But I remember it was an issue where Bill Haney had remember that issue where Bill Haney was having with like the like Mayweathers when I think he didn't want the Mayweathers to get like credit for his hard work with his son.
Oh boy.
Remember that? Yeah, he was like, well,
Yeah,
they just came in. I already started him here. I think it might be more of an ego and pride and a little bit too much
yeah.
control by Bill Haney. I think
That's
Bill Haney
now.
need to let go a little bit more because his son is falling behind. Mr. T.Y. Peace, baby.
Yeah, that sounds similar to what happened to Roy Jones, his dad, when they were starting to bump heads a little bit.
Yeah, but Roy Jones was already still a monster.
Oh yeah.
He was already
But I
still
think
he was already on top of the world.
Yeah, I think the problem with him was with his dad was because he didn't want him to move up. You know, he wanted to take his time or whatever, and Roy wanted to move. You know, move fast. but
Yeah, that he also I also remember I also remember in the news his father's like if you ain't gonna come train, Roy was getting bored. That's why he was doing the stuff like fighting a semi-pro basketball game in the morning, then flying to Vegas and fighting at night. Remember?
yeah,
Roy was getting bored, and his father like, man, if you ain't gonna come to train, I'm not gonna train you no more. That's what I remember his father telling Roy that.
oh yeah,
If you ain't gonna come to train seriously, I'm not gonna train you no more. And that's where they fell off. But still,
yeah. But Haney needs more growth though.
huh?
I think Haney would do better with Floyd under the helm a little bit because I think they got a good chemistry between them two.
No doubt. And Haney wants to learn. So I think the father need to get out the way and let him be around Floyd more often in that gym. When is Tyson
Yeah,
fight day happening? November 28th, brother.
that's right.
Gonna presents. It's on the ticker at the bottom. Hey
So
yo, I
now,
feel bad for Roy Jones on God. Mike finna really give him badass weapon. Hey, man, break down the fight, James Bell. Tell us what you think about the fight.
pain. I mean, only way Roy gonna even have a chance is he gotta fight off the back foot, keep his distance, and do not get on the ropes. Whatever you do, do not get on the ropes. Keep it in the middle of the ring, make him have to reset, and paw him with the jab and take him in the deeper rounds. But if he lets him get in the inside, Tyson's gonna cream him, man. He's gonna knock his clock clean off.
Let's hope they both remember it's an exhibition.
Tyson didn't. I've been telling people, man, if Tyson feels confident in himself in that ring and he does a pretty good performance, I think he might actually take a little bit of a run. He might come back and try to do a little something.
For real, you serious?
I think so.
Wow.
I know it might sound crazy, but I think he might have a pretty good shot. I mean, you look at the heavyweight division right now. I mean, there's some good guys out there, but at the same time, I'm like, a lot of these guys are real slow.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyson still got speed, he still got power, good head movement. Legs are, looking like they're getting back underneath him. And, I mean, he could beat probably a good bit of the top heavyweights right now.
We're still talking about 54-year-old Mike Tyson.
Yeah. 54-year-old Mike Tyson.
He look like he got the speed with the pass that we've seen him hitting thus far.
Not in his prime, but he still got some speed, though. And a lot of the heavyweights don't have that kind of speed
Okay,
at all.
how much speed he got is a question then. How much speed? You think he got speed to, like, really make it a problem for Joshua or Usyk? Which heavyweights do you think he could beat?
Oh, he would demolish them. Dillian White, he would not clean out. Wilder, he would not clean out. Hey, he's in the top 5 or top 10, so hey. Ortiz, he would knock him out. Yes, that's a no-brainer. What was the other one you said?
Usyk.
Usyk? Believe it or not, I think he can knock Usyk out.
Okay, what do you think he do against Joshua?
Joshua, it's a little bit dicey. I would say, and I'm gonna be real with you. I think he could get him, but he'll definitely have to watch out for that uppercut and lead left. I mean, Joshua, it depends on what kind of Joshua shows up to. If you got the Joshua that's a smaller weight, you'll have a little bit of trouble with him because he'll fight off the back foot and can, keep him away. But if you got the heavy version, the big muscular Joshua, is going to be slow and he's going to throw that uppercut and miss. He's going to duck underneath, come back over the top with the overhand left, or hit him in the body and come back over the top. If like just like Andy Ruiz hit him with that temple shot, if you get hit like that with Tyson, it's a done deal. You're getting you out of there. So that was a Tyson move. He stuck underneath, came back over the top, boom, caught it. And nobody does it better than Tyson.
Okay. So Tyson versus Andy Ruiz.
Oh, he'll knock him out.
You knock out Andy Ruiz?
Oh, yeah. Vicious body shots, and then he'll finish him off with an uppercut.
Okay. Tyson versus Joseph Parker.
That'd actually be a pretty good fight.
That would be, Joseph Parker, a good boxer anyway.
Joseph Parker ain't never been knocked out at all. He's just, golly, man. Joseph Parker is a beast. That fight, God almighty. Honestly, I think you have a difficult time with Joseph Parker.
Because of his movement and boxing ability?
Oh, yeah. He'll fight off the back foot. And, he'll take him. If he can't get him in the early rounds, he'll drown him out in the later rounds and probably stop him.
You think Joseph Parker stops Tyson? You think Joseph Parker stops Tyson?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. But you don't think, but you're not sure with as far as Joshua.
Like I said, it depends on which Joshua now. If it's a heavy set, big Joshua, that's big and bulky.
The same
Oh,
Joseph Parker that didn't stop Andy Ruiz Jr. And it was a close fight.
yeah. I mean, you got to think now. Tyson's older too.
Yeah.
You got to do a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
he'll be good for probably like 3, 4. I'll say about 5 rounds. If you can get him past 5 rounds, he'll gas out.
Tyson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, most likely at 54.
yeah. So guys like that will give him a whole lot of trouble, especially guys that can fight off the back foot. Front foot fighters won't give him that much trouble because they're gonna be right there in Hell's Kitchen fighting with him.
Right.
And that's basically what Joshua is. He's a more front foot fighter than anything.
True.
So that's why I said
So,
Joseph Parker probably would stop him. He'd probably stop him probably around 6 or 7.
so you think Tyson Fury will stop him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Long range, good off the back foot, and he'll use his size against them too.
Yeah.
Especially an older Tyson. Now Tyson in his prime, different story. But like I said, he could the ones I just mentioned, he could make a pretty good run. You never know, man. Boxing is one punch away. He could be one of the oldest champions that ever carried a title.
He
It
could.
can happen.
What about F.A. Jagba?
Hey, good job. Oh, he'll knock him out. Real stiff, no head movement,
You
body
in the,
fully exposed.
you in the show, Jeremy. Jeremy,
What are we talking about?
you talking about did you see the
Like, what are we
title?
talking about? Because yeah, but y'all are talking about heavyweight, so I'm kind of lost on
Oh,
what we're gonna talk about.
we just did a tangent on the heavyweights. We're still talking about the top 5. The Fabulous 5, those are my rankings. Teofimo, Gervonta 2, Shakur 3, Ryan 4, Haney 5. So speak your piece, baby.
Honestly, that's a respectable list. I don't have a problem with it. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo, I have him first because he beat Loma, right?
Of course.
Ryan and Devin, that's a battle. That's gonna be a battle for me because I don't know which one's done more. Because if Ryan somehow does, if he actually beats Luke
Just put your
Campbell
list
in a
down.
way that,
What is your list? Hold up. Let's start off this way. What is your list 1 through
all
5?
right,
Okay. And then let's go. And then justify why.
Deontay Wilder still the king of boxing.
Lopez, and then third place, Lopez goes first, right? Second, for me, I've always had
Hold up.
Devin second, but now that
Shelton,
I
you're in the
snapped,
place. Be quiet. I mean, let Jeremy say what he has to say, Mr. Shelton. How you doing? We ain't talking
Deontay
about. We're
Wilder,
not. Hey,
Deontay,
we ain't talking about Deontay Wilder. We talking
Deontay
about the
Wilder, the
fabulous
king
five.
of boxing.
Oh my God.
It's all good. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I got Lopez.
Studio.
Fucking hell, Lopez, and then I have right there. Shit. Then I'm going like fucking. This might be this might sound stupid, but I have Tank on fourth. Only
Oh wow.
because he fought.
You didn't say 1, 2,
Only
3, 4,
because
5
he
again. Hold on. Go through your 1 through 5 again list.
Lopez won, and then second place I got Tank. Questionable. Yeah, I know.
I
And
thought you
third
just
I got.
4.
Oh, you want me to go down? Okay.
Did I hear you wrong? 1 through 5.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1 through 5.
Okay, go ahead.
I got Lopez in first place. Second,
Yeah.
in second place I got Tank. That's questionable. In third place I got, who was it? Shakur Stevenson. In third and fourth, that's questionable. I could either put Ryan or Devin, depending on what Ryan does with Luke.
Well, it looked just like my picture then. Sound like just like my fucking list. What are you talking about?
He said
You said questionable.
at one time he
Tank
said
Davis?
Tank was fifth though.
He did say Tank was fourth for something down there. He put it what the fuck are you doing, dude? Now that I said this is
I
my
was
list
like, wow.
as of now. Now that the list can change. The list can change in 3, 4, 5 years. As of
My
now,
list
I rank
changes a
them.
lot because I always be
Hold
thinking
on.
about.
Hold on. Where I rank them now, as far as ability, skill, ability, upside, perhaps, and as of now, skill, ability, and power in everything, and career so far, that's my ranking. Well, I could be wrong. And skill, ability, upside. Definitely upside is in there too. And potential. But that's why I rank them all right now, thus far. So you got pretty much the same as me then. You saying questionable and all that. I'm saying, what is your top 5 as of today now? Now, it may change the next year from now, depending on how they look. But definitely,
Yeah.
how you rank 1 through 5?
Honestly, I never took Ryan Garcia too seriously. The only reason I put him down with Devin Haney is because he's actually fighting his first legitimate fighter. For me, Tank, he's already fought legitimate fighters. After he fought his legitimate fighter, his legitimate competition, he just started going down. But to me, that still puts him high at lightweight because Tank is still no joke.
Okay.
Undisciplined or not.
Real.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't really know until I see what
How you feel about Shakur?
Campbell does. I mean, Garcia does.
Yeah. You think rating
So
Shakur?
that's why I would put Haney at 3 so far. From what I've seen, and I haven't seen Shakur yet though.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's good. I'm just that's why I'm ranking him. You got him at 3, gravy. From what I've seen, Shakur's number 3 on that bad boy.
Yeah, I gotta see what Shakur working with first.
Yep, that's what you got to do.
Shakur has a lot of potential because that dude, he's working with Terrence Crawford and who was it? Andre Ward. They're both very versatile fighters. They're not.
How did Shakur?
They're very.
Did you see Shakur's last fight?
He looked good. For me, he looked good.
He looked really good, didn't
he? Especially since he's a southpaw. I like southpaw fighters. I'm a southpaw fighter as well, so I'm always going to pick a southpaw fighter over an orthodox fighter.
Yeah, they're more fun to watch anyway.
My favorite southpaw fighters are Marvin Hagler and Pernell Whitaker.
Gotcha. So, what do you think Brian needs to do to rise on this list?
Say what?
What does Ryan need to do to rise on the list, in your opinion?
For me, he just needs to fight. He just needs to fight better competition. I mean, I need to see his skill set because I still don't know what.
You say fight better. Say fight and win. Don't just say fight better competition, but you mean fight and beat better competition, right?
Yeah, fight and beat better competition, and I want to see his skill set because I haven't seen his skill set. Like, to be complete, I can't say he's gonna do this and this in a fight. I'm still questioning it.
Yeah, he's been fighting a lot of low.
But since he's working with Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, I do have a feeling that he might adapt a pressure fighter type style. But who knows at the same time? Because since he's fighting a southpaw in his latest fight, he's gonna fight a southpaw, right? Canelo learned a lot from fighting Lara and Mayweather. He learned a lot.
Thanks, Shakur. Come on the panel next time, bro. Thank you very much.
And that makes me think that Canelo's gonna give Ryan some tips on how to fight Luke Campbell. And we already know as a southpaw fighter, Luke Campbell is far from being. His style is far from Erislandy Lara's style of fighting as a southpaw.
Who?
Luke Campbell as a southpaw, to me, I rate him less as he's not a good southpaw fighter to me compared to other southpaw fighters that I've seen.
He's not
on being disrespectful. Luke is a god. Luke is a god, y'all. Come on now. The god of southpaws.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Luke, you think Luke is better? Are you saying Luke's better than Landy Lara?
No, I'm saying Landy Lara is better than Luke Campbell as a southpaw fighter, and that's what makes me think Canelo might actually give him some really good tips to fight Luke Campbell.
Oh my God! Look, I'm watching. Man, y'all watch this Stevenson Caraballo fight. Oh my God! Stevenson's just freaking nasty.
Let's see.
Stevenson,
he's a good body puncher too.
Man, he ripped this man's body down to. This young ain't on no level of him though, but he just said, "I'm gonna end this shit quick," and he did it in like 3 rounds. Probably like 5 or 6.
Right now.
But how he beat that other little youngin who he was dating his sister and stuff, he beat the hell out of him too for the whole goddamn fight.
Yeah, that was fucking harsh. You can beat in front of your sister.
Yeah, he whipped his ass. That's what I'm talking about, meanness. Shakur's mean. He beat the motherfucker ass. He beat the brother. He beat the brother of the girl he dating, and he beat his ass good.
I don't have sisters, but I wouldn't go in the ring to fight someone in front of my family. I don't
know that, James Bell.
No, I knew that, but here's the thing.
Hold up.
No, here's the thing. Yeah, I knew about that.
James, you didn't know
no,
about that?
I haven't heard. No, I didn't hear about that.
Look up that whole story, man. They made a whole joint about that. He beat the hell out of that boy. It was mean. That's what I'm saying. He's fucking mean, dude. That's another level. That's why he's on number 3 right there, because that's mean.
Hey, he beat up somebody brother, huh?
Man, he look, he giving it to
her. That's what street fights are made for, so you can embarrass him quickly. In that boxing ring, you're embarrassing him for 36 minutes.
He's giving it to siblings in the mouth. He gave both of them literally.
All right, I'm checking your boy out right now.
Look, okay. Yeah, he's on another level of polishness. That's just how he throw the punches, how he does. Which fight you watching?
Mendoza. Now it's on Riley. I'm watching his highlights.
Okay. Man.
Okay.
You guys had an interesting conversation on that heavyweight on heavyweights right there with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. That was actually interesting as well.
Yeah. What's up?
I was telling that. Yeah, I was telling him, he could probably still compete with some of the newer generation guys.
He said Tony Parker would stop Mike Tyson. Joseph Parker. I'm gonna highlight that because I want y'all what y'all feel about that.
I'm dead serious. He will stop him.
I don't feel like he can. I don't feel like he could get. The only thing that would stop him would be the same way he got stopped by Buster Douglas: accumulation of punches and getting tired. Because the dude's 50.
Exactly. The stoppage is a stoppage. He would stop him, man.
But that still doesn't take away from Mike Tyson or how accurate his punches are on the inside. Because Mike Tyson is one of the fighters that I've studied the most, and he actually. The way Cus D'Amato trained him, he still has that in him. Like, Cus D'Amato drilled that shit into him. Like, he knows where and how to punch on the temple, and he knows how to throw an uppercut. Like, the only fighter that I see that resembles a goodly thrown uppercut the way Mike Tyson threw it is probably Tank Davis. He actually moves his hip with his uppercut.
Ooh,
I love it when a fighter throws an uppercut with the hip.
What are you looking at? You looking at Shakur Stevenson.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. You know what I'm saying? They be keeping them under wraps, bro.
Oh my God.
You see the technical. Now you see what I'm saying about technical ability, his skill, distance control.
Oh wow. He threw that right hook so fast on dude. Oh my God. All right, this is a shot for the vacant title that I'm watching.
Yeah. That's a motherfucking sister he beat. The brother of the girl he beat.
Oh
Take
God.
it over, Jeremy.
Oh God.
Read the comments. Take it over, baby.
Okay. Oh. Okay. He won me over. Oh, man. Yo, where's this dude been, bro?
He's here. What are you talking about? He been here. Haney did okay last night, but what he will do against a fighter with serious power? Facts. Good question, Nick Rich. Good question, babe.
All right. Versus Diaz. Okay.
That's the question. I offer you this, said that. Shell Sona said, that's the question.
Said, what would he do against Haney? The Haney from last night?
He said, Haney did okay, but what would he do against a fighter with serious power? And that's young and hungry. Add that to it as well. Who pressed thumbs down? I'll personally stomp you out. My man Shell holding them down. My man Shell's holding me down. They don't like the list. I'm just sorry. After
fighter with serious power. I would pump the jab on him and then I would use check right hooks to move out of his way every time he goes in. I would pump the jab on his chest, sometimes to the body, because if he has serious power, I'm not going to take too many risks trying to get hit on the chin. I'm going to pump that jab to his chest and his body and then use check right hooks. And stay fucking far away from the ropes. Or at least bait him to the ropes and then use a check right hook.
Right. Who you talking
about? Roy Jones?
No, there was a question here that said, what would you do with a fighter with serious power?
Depends on what kind of style they coming with.
Haney said,
Haney did that okay depends too, yeah.
But what would he do? Yeah, what would he do against a fighter with serious power? What would Haney do?
Oh.
That was the question.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Haney?
Yeah.
I didn't read the question right. I thought he was asking the people who were on the panel. My bad.
It's all good.
It depends on what Haney shows up.
If Haney Shakur fought right now, Haney wins. I mean, Shakur wins. That's just reality. From watching both of them, and I'm like, Shakur, okay.
Man, he's quick too. But that's at 126 though.
Yeah, it ain't gonna fucking matter. He's gonna get stronger and better. The fuck is so fucking accurate and such a beast. I think they're just bringing him along a little bit slower. You see, he only got 14 fights. But watch. At this time, 20 fights, he gonna be up at 130. Then 135, he gonna be a unified champion by then. Before Haney did in his 25. But if we're looking at the age, Haney's way behind him. He just got a little fast track to get a belt, in my opinion. But I don't think
about him.
Huh?
His offense is really good. However, if he gets a jab consistently in his face, that depends on what will happen though. Because a lot of the guys he fought, they shell up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can keep his distance, keep the jab in his face, take his time, throw shots to the body a little bit time to time.
How's his reflexes? How's his distance control? He looks sharp as shit, ain't he?
Oh yeah.
I told you. He's light years ahead of Haney right now. And he's about to be up on Haney's ass in any minute. He's just holding him out. You know, the thing is about the Staples go about this thing strategically. Now, we saw Teofimo Lopez now, right? 16 fights in, unified champion. Their plans for Shakur, real quick, is to be a unified champion, probably, if not 126, 130, really, really quick. It's going to happen. Probably by his, if you only got 14 fights, by the time it's 18 fight, in 4 or 5 more fights, he's going to be a unified champion. They're just waiting for the right opening, right time. That's what they do. Just like they waited for Teofimo.
I like his check hook, man. His check hook is amazing. Oh my god.
Didn't Floyd Mayweather knock out Ricky Hatton with his
accuracy, right?
check left hook?
Accuracy not off the chain. His accuracy is ridiculous, ain't it?
Jesus. God, they
Yeah,
left.
exactly. That's
Okay,
when you know you're looking at some real ass shit. You like Jesus. And he was like, I don't know. I gotta see for myself. Now you seeing it and see why I got him number 3 on the list. And don't get it twisted. Probably in a year from now, he might skip the number 2.
He could.
Soon. This is my honest opinion, and I ain't said this yet. I think Shakur eventually could be number 1 on this list within the next 4 years. Who knows? He may not be number 1, but
He's got belts now, so he's doing pretty good.
His upside is just ridiculous. As far as I look at how he moves, I'm like, God damn! Like he went through a hell of a, That's just my opinion. Jeremy, what's your thoughts on Shakur Stevenson?
Oh man, they just showed Floyd Mayweather hitting Ricky Hatton with that check hook, and he bounced off the turnbuckle.
I think Shakur Stevenson's gonna make some fucking noise in the future. With all the shit I'm seeing from him, he's good. He's absolutely amazing, skill set wise and all that. He's
Okay,
good.
let me ask
I like
you a question. Shakur versus
I like what I
Haney.
see from him.
Shakur versus Haney right now. Who you think wins? Just how you honestly feel.
Well,
Devin Haney goes in fighting Shakur. I think Shakur wins. If he goes in there pressing him in first in the first rounds, if he just deciphers his style,
No,
like,
not
okay,
what if. Not what if he does this. No, what I'm saying is not if he does this, does that, does no. With either fighter, who do you see winning?
Oh, the dude he fought. Oh, I see what you're talking about now.
Then I see Shakur winning. Okay, then I see Shakur winning.
The dude he was fighting was the sister he was dating, right?
Yeah, you fight.
Yeah.
You watching that fight?
Oh God, come on, bro.
His sister's boyfriend.
Oh no, man, this is insane. Oh man.
Look, and then he making a smirk on his face and like smirking at him. That's mean on another level. He's gonna be a nasty motherfucker in 3 or 4 years, dude.
Well, that Thanksgiving gonna be quiet as hell.
That's mean on another level, dude. That's ruthless. That's why I think he can go to top number 1. Him and Teofimo gonna be up there like, yeah, we gonna see each other soon. Same height. You think Shakur wins right now though? If him and Haney fought?
Yeah, I think Shakur wins.
Why do you think
it depends on how his body form up at 135, though, for real.
What advantages? I don't see it's nothing for him to jump up there. It's just a matter of time. I think what advantages? Why you see that? Tell me, break it down for me. What advantages you see that Shakur have and blase with Haney, and why he wins that fight? What's your thoughts?
With the fights I've already seen, his skill set is amazing compared to Devin Haney. And I don't think him moving up to Shakur is like the same height as Devin Haney, isn't he?
Yeah, they're both 5'8".
Yeah, they're like the same height. I don't think it would give him much of a problem moving up to 130 to 135. That dude's already fighting at 130, so I don't think it would be much of a problem for him.
Yeah, he got the belt at 126, but I think the last fight was 130. I'm not 100% sure. But no, I think he's going to move up really, really soon, fast.
Honestly, I think he would beat Devin.
Oh
he would beat Devin Haney with his, especially being a southpaw. It's going to be harder for Devin to just fight him.
Shakur is the southpaw, James Bell, too, as you see.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're gonna have because both of them gonna be pretty much like in a mirror match almost.
Yeah. But yet, Shakur, I think, is a little bit more. Again, like I said, I think Shakur is the most defensively sound out of all of them, as far as controlling distance and as far as reflexes, how he throw it, his timing. I think he just looks good. He seemed like he looked the closest. Honestly, here's the real honest truth, and no exaggeration. He looked more like Floyd Mayweather than all of them right now.
I found something. Hold on.
With the way he fights and his accuracy, he looks more like Floyd than all of them to me. As far as his accuracy and everything, how he put his punches together, how he go from low to high to low. And I see him now. Granted, once he fight better opponents, it's going to be harder. But man, I was just like that motherfucker when he. Oh my god!
You see that fight where he lost in the amateurs, right?
Who?
Shakur.
No, who he lost to?
They showed a little bit of highlight of it. He was getting caught with that jab, like I said. He got kind of stopped.
When was this in the amateurs? How long ago?
Jeez.
You talking about something from 5 years ago? I ain't trying to hear that no more.
They get improved by then?
What, man? Is that a serious question, James?
I mean, he learned a lot though. He's got a good back step, come back in.
Yeah, that back. That's what I said.
Training with Terrence Crawford.
That's what I'm talking about. Is control the distance. That back step is crazy, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Terrence Crawford is a southpaw fighter. That's better.
Yeah, he fights both ways. He's really orthodox. His natural stand is orthodox, but he switches up. And he fights southpaw during the fight, but when he wants to finish you up and get you out of there,
that cook is nasty.
You notice when Terrence Crawford hurts you, he switches to orthodox.
Dude, I never noticed that.
Yeah, he does.
Never noticed that.
Yeah.
When he finished,
hold on. Who's talking? One person. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I never noticed that about Terrence Crawford. I've seen a lot of his fights, but I never noticed that.
Yeah, once he hurt you, he does it so smoothly. I mean, he just do it. You might not notice it, but he'll fight southpaw. He'll work on that. But once he hurt you to finish you, he switches to orthodox. He goes to his power side. Yep, that's exactly what he does. Wilder is a big dog, so we agree with you, King Ebenezer.
Oh my God, Wilder! I don't even like talking about Wilder anymore. It's like
I know, me neither, right? He said Haney got hit in the face too much last night. Haney did get hit a little bit more than I expected.
Let the dude relax. Like at this point, let the dude relax. He already got his criticism that rightfully so he deserves, but let the dude relax.
Watch the
whatever he says, he just says.
Look at that Haney and Shakur sparring match.
Oh yeah, I think I saw. Hold on, let me see if I can get in there.
They said Haney got hit in the face too much last night. That ain't going to rock against Stevenson. No, it's not. And he did get hit more than I thought. And I was like,
okay.
One thing I did like about that fight is that he had good jabs to the body. That just isn't enough to beat everyone.
Yeah, you talking about Haney?
Yeah, his jab to the body, that was good.
It was good.
He didn't do a lot of. He did a lot of that last night.
He didn't see no hooks to the body. No, he wasn't like getting in there and exposing himself.
That's the thing he didn't do. No, he wasn't.
That's normally what he does.
Huh?
That's normally what he does. He was headhunting the whole night.
He headhunted the whole damn night. I'm like, what is he going to? But right now, if you watch Shakur Stevenson's last match, he went to the body like with some relentless freaking pressure. Stopped the dude in the 6 off body blows. It was just like destroying this motherfucker. I'm like, God damn.
Man, Haney had an off night.
Yeah.
Very off night.
But man, I just think so hey, who do you Jeremy, who do you think Mike Tyson, if he came out of retirement, who do you think he could actually beat in the heavyweight division today? Truthfully.
All right. Andy Ruiz. Okay, one of the fighters, Andy Ruiz, his fucking feet are slow as shit. So if Mike Tyson can approach on that, he can actually switch angles. Like if he you've seen how he switches from southpaw to like just quick to quick stances, and he throws them uppercuts and left hooks. If he does that constantly in less than 5 rounds, he can actually knock his tubby ass out, especially with them body punches. And that's where, especially that's how he can beat Wilder too, because Wilder, he just doesn't know how to fucking fight, and he doesn't know how to fucking box. And Tyson is going to take advantage of that shit. He's going to slip, bob and weave. He's just going to land body shots. If he got knocked on his ass by a body shot that Tyson Fury landed, what the fuck does Mike Tyson?
He'll fold him over with a body shot. I think that'll end the fight right there.
Yeah, he might. I think if Tyson hit Wilder,
Oh yeah. If he hit
And I
Wilder
think
in the body, that's it.
I
He'll
think
fold.
if Tyson hit Wilder in the body, he will break his kneecap. He will. It will be a chain effect. Like a
Oh, you fucked up.
Oh man. I
Come
say he would
on,
beat
man.
Dylan White.
Who knows? Dylan White has a good jab. If
Yeah,
he isn't stupid like
sucker
he
for the
was with
uppercut.
Povetkin. Fucking Tyson has a better uppercut than Povetkin. So if he lands a clean uppercut on Dillian White, it's lights out for Dillian White. So it depends on how Dillian White fights, though, because if he actually pumps that jab, then he might win the fight by distance. But that's not his style of fighting, so I doubt it.
What about Anthony Joshua though?
Anthony Joshua, no, Joshua. He has progressed a lot throughout his career. I'm thinking that he's probably one of those people that study the history of boxing. He's not stupid, because how does he progress that fast? Like, that only comes from people who like study the history. He probably knows how Tyson fights and who trained him. He probably knows I'm gonna pump that jab as much as I can, like I did with Andrew Ruiz, so I can take this fight to distance.
I agree with that.
Knowing how
But then again, now, if he do catch him,
knowing how he fights,
lights out,
and being in actual ring with it and deal with it face to face is something different.
Yeah, it's something different too, completely different.
It was a lot different form in Andy Ruiz fight. And the thing is with Joshua has this thing with shorter fighters.
Exactly. You got to change your level up.
He said it out in public a couple of times. So I think Tyson may we'll never see it happen. But
you have to be careful with short fighters, though.
I think your boy Joshua would be terrified.
Yeah, because like I said, if he can't land a punch, because it's different. Because when he fought Andy Ruiz the first time, he wasn't able to land the shots he wanted because he had to change the level of the fight. Because he always fought guys about the same height as him. So when he pumped out the jab, when he dips underneath, came back over with that left overhand and got him in the temple and got him out of there. And what makes Tyson a difficult matchup is he can switch stance and go southpaw or orthodox.
Slip punches. He can bob and weave. That was his whole fighting style. That was Cus D'Amato's whole philosophy on fighting. Pressure fighting, slip, bob and weave. He trained Jose Torres and who was it? The guy that Sonny Liston beat up, Floyd Patterson. Those weren't scrubs. They were really good fighters. If you watch some of their fights.
I'm watching that sparring that you told me to watch, man. Like Devin Haney holding his own pretty good to him.
Yeah, you in the first round?
Second now.
Yeah. Okay. Wait till you step it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, a fantasy matchup. Who would win? Carlos Monzon or Marvin Hagler?
Marvin Hagler. What the fuck are you talking
about? who would win? Who would win in a fight? Carlos Monzon in middleweight, right? Or Marvin Hagler?
I just said Marvin Hagler. That's the way the fuck you talking.
Oh, you really got Marvin Hagler? Yeah, me too. I see the possibility that Carlos Monzon can knock him out because he's got.
What are you talking about, dude?
He's got a good right hand.
How you gonna say, dude, I really got Marvin Hagler? That's the greatest middleweight of all time.
Oh yeah, Marvin Hagler was a beast.
And you can't take Carlos Monzon out of consideration too. He's actually got a good right hand.
Time, Marvelous Marvin. Period. Number one.
Okay.
Tell me somebody who belongs there. I want to hear this.
That's arguable because a lot of people have told me.
I'm just saying, tell me
Carlos Monzon.
Tell me. Carlos Monzon got the shit beat out of my Marvin Hagler.
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Okay. Most people, I bet you 90% would say, yeah, Marvin Hagler.
Probably stylistically, because if you look at it, Carlos was he was slow, but he was still dangerous. But Marvin Hagler, he was. Some people think he's slow, but he had that like smooth style. He was smooth. He wasn't fast. He wasn't slow. He was smooth. with his movements.
Yeah, he wasn't slow at all.
All right, I got one for y'all. David Tua.
And he's southpaw. David
How
Tua.
would David Tua do in this era?
Good.
I think he would do good. I think he would last.
You talking
Think he'd be a champion?
You think about? I don't know, but see, I don't know how to. He ain't showing us nothing. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. But I'm saying we seeing off what Mike Tyson's actually doing right now in the training and thinking about it. Fuels.
No, I mean in his prime though. David Tua in his prime. How would he fare up against it?
He would do as good as he did in every era.
Think he'd be a champion?
Probably better in this era, yeah. In this era, yeah.
Yeah. The fighters back then, they were made of something mentally because if you look at
tough
fights back
deep.
then,
the heavyweight division was deep in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because everyone was getting knocked out. Everything that was unexpected happened. Like that. Yeah, everything that wasn't supposed to happen happened in the 90s. George Foreman knocked out who was it again?
Michael Moore.
Yeah, Michael Moore. Michael Moore came in and said, I'm just gonna beat this fool up. I mean, he just gets knocked out.
Yeah, George Foreman said, "You don't know nothing about me." I'm like, uh-oh.
Shit was and that shit must have been unexpected for people who were watching that fight.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was, because he was winning that whole entire fight. They came out, boom, bomb and shit. It was all over.
That's right. Another good fight George Foreman had later in his career was him against Holyfield. Now that was a good fight.
Holyfield fought him, and then
that was not a good fight.
Oh hell yeah, that was a really good fight.
You know,
man, Foreman took the best shots he could take from Holyfield and was still standing. He didn't even get knocked down.
Okay, but that doesn't make it a good fight that he was able to just get his ass beat.
And he was throwing.
It was an uneven fight, but it was a money fight for Holyfield because at that time I remember watching documentaries.
Holyfield beat the shit.
Matter of fact, Holyfield was swole up in that fight too.
Nah.
Foreman wasn't taking no just straight punishment. Now he was dishing back out.
Very little, dude. That was it was a unanimous decision, Holyfield. Tommy Morrison, unanimous decision, Tommy Morrison. I mean, they were good fights because it was George Foreman. We'll say that. But as far as his performance,
Tommy Morrison was a lost talent too. That dude actually had potential.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had HIV too.
Yeah, him getting undisciplined is what screwed him over. Yeah, rest in peace to the man.
Hey, God, you have to bring out the HIV.
Well, that's his potential went out the window right there.
Yeah. Oh man, golly. Hey. Man, whole career is HIV, man.
Look, man.
Ray Mercer probably has the best chin. That dude has a fucking chin. He took clean left hook from Tommy Morrison, and he was still standing.
He beat Tommy's trifling, okay, malicious ass just the way he should have beat him. That's exactly how somebody like Tommy Morrison should have got knocked that fuck out. He beat him. It's like Ray Mercer's subconscious, like, I know what you're doing out here, you nasty motherfucker, and I'm gonna beat your motherfucker ass to the next light.
Merciless.
Ray Mercer beat his ass like he knew what he did. Like he knew what he was doing. I know your secret. And that's how he beat his shit like that. And that's all we need to know.
Oh,
that dude's chin was
he beat him like a Rocky movie. He beat his ass like a fucking Rocky.
Huh? You know, Ray Mercer he did MMA for a little while too.
Hey, but his chin was made of fucking something.
How about them Cowboys? All right, man. All right, brother. You beat
right now?
bitch. Say what?
They're about to play right now.
I guess so.
Oh boy!
If they're about to play right now, I'm about to drink right now because that's my team, and I'm going to watch their asses lose. Who do we play tonight?
Oh my God! They play Pittsburgh.
Oh shit!
I don't know if any of y'all box, but is it actually hard for people to switch stance? I do it, and it's not that hard. For me, for experience, It ain't that hard for switch dancing.
It is to throw effective punches. If you just like, oh, I can switch stance and throw the punches from the other side. Yeah, I can do it. Before they be
No,
you
not
gotta train them.
not like that. Like I'm talking about moving forward, moving the same way you do orthodox and all that. I don't find it too difficult. When I was sparring with other people, oh shit.
Okay. What's
Yeah,
it?
switch
You may need to
stance.
do that.
I think a
L
lot of
Dog,
fighters need to learn how to do that though.
L Dog,
Say what?
I'll come over there, L Dog, and give y'all the smoke.
I think a lot of fighters need to learn how to switch stances up though.
Yeah, it'd make more interesting fight.
Well, I can do it. And my coach, he was he questioned me a lot when he saw I was a southpaw, and because I remember going to the gym, I was like, I'm a southpaw, that's it. Until I figured out that being a southpaw is kind of an advantage in boxing.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Yeah, but hey,
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but the thing is, being highly skilled, professional, and mastering your shit is an advantage in boxing.
Oh yeah.
Southpaws, they got their asses
A
split.
whole complete advantage.
Every southpaws didn't reach to the fucking mountaintop in boxing. If you good at what you do,
who's the other one that Floyd beat? Like, not every southpaw goes up and reaches the fucking mountain. Who was it? Zab Judah.
But Zab
Oh
Judah
man.
mountain. He just did.
Oh yeah.
Just stay dedicated. What do you mean? You talking about Super Zab? He did reach the fucking mountain.
Oh yeah. He was undisputed at one time in one weight class.
Zab fucking went undisputed. He was undisputed. He was everything. He did reach the mountain. He just wasn't as disciplined and dedicated as he should have been.
Very hot-headed.
Probably recognized. He probably wasn't as recognized.
He got
Probably wasn't as recognized as he should have got.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he was in the 90s. Zab
In
Judah.
the 90s, I don't know. Yeah, I was born in 2004, so give me some slack on that.
You're too young. Say what?
Yeah, Zab was a real big star back then.
2004?
Yeah, I was born in 2004, so I didn't know.
That's why you should have thought before you said that.
Hey man, just watch some YouTube,
because
man.
Because this started before you was born.
Like I said, if y'all ain't familiar with them, watch YouTube, man. They got plenty of highlights.
Yeah, Zab was a fucking ridiculous. Now the fight between him and the Costa Zoo fight, of course.
Oh, Costa Zoo.
He was beating the shit out of Costa Zoo, but he got caught with that punch. His ass jumped up too quick. Zab it was a flash, but then he had the spaghetti legs from hell.
Oh man, when he pointed at the referee.
Yeah, he was about to hit Needy and shit.
Oh no.
I'm like, Zab, just stay down and take the 8 count. Let you get your legs back. That's what he should have done. But as soon as he dropped, he jumped the fuck back up there and talking to the ref like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then fell right back down and shit. I'm like, no, it was just it was horrible for the optics of the boxing fans. Like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here. But he probably would have been fine if he gave himself an 8 count to stay down there, took the 8 count and got up. He would have been fine because he was fucking hitting Costa Zoo ass with some shit in the first round or two. I was like, God damn, he's going to get him out of there.
Honestly, I'll say this. When Zab lost to Floyd Mayweather, he was never the same.
He didn't lose bad to Floyd Mayweather, though. But he did lose.
Yeah, but it did something to him mentally, though.
I don't know about did something. Well, I guess I don't know if that did something to him mentally. He lost. I don't know. I mean, he didn't get. No, man.
Man, you good?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Just fucking smoking and all that. But
ain't on the chronic is.
Nah. But he should have got the knockdown versus Floyd. That would have changed the whole shit of that shit. And then the guy in the fucking middle of the fight in the ring and all that. The whole fight was some shit. Remember?
Yeah. I think his uncle
I saw that.
His dad or something like that ran in the ring.
Yeah, the whole fight was shit, dude. I mean,
I thought it was his dad or his uncle. I don't remember.
Yeah, because Zab Judah hit him with a low blow.
Yeah, he gave him a low blow and dude just.
And then Roger ran into the ring, and then his dad came from the opposite, and they were both going at it. And they brought the whole security to break them up.
And then
there's been a lot of
Zab
crazy
Judah,
shit that's happened in
Zab
boxing.
Judah skipping around the edge like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and start throwing looping punches in there. I'm like, this motherfucker stupid.
Oh, the fun of boxing back in those days.
He's like, man, what the fuck you doing? Or get your ass. Floyd, and the whole time Floyd was in the corner out the way. And you got
That dude was chill. He was just in his corner and everyone was fucking fighting.
right. And then you got Zab Judah in the middle of the scruff. I'm like, he's a hot
hitting
hit.
bitches left and right. Oh my god.
His discipline ain't
That was
well.
funny.
So he ain't think. He's thinking now, but not back then. So,
Yeah.
Honestly, I have to be a thinker too. I don't think twice sometimes before I do some stupid shit here.
yeah, you know it.
There's been a lot of fighters like that though.
Yeah,
They had like a quick temper.
Tyson was that.
Yeah, especially later in his career, he was very hot headed.
All right, before we talk about one of the, I want to mention some underrated fighters that, in my opinion, are probably quite underrated. Tony Tucker and Sonny Liston. Those are probably one of the most underrated heavyweights that I know. Unless some of y'all know some.
People laughed at me about Sonny Liston, but Sonny Liston had one of the best jabs at that time in boxing.
That left jab was fucking deadly, dude. That shit broke the walls.
He knocked people out with that jab.
It pissed me off when, look, I watch every boxing channel, and when I was watching Fanon criticize Lopez, he called Sonny Liston overrated, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not going to watch that video. It's going to be pure nonsense.
Wow. How could he call Sonny Liston overrated?
Dude, I swear, when I watched... oh my god, I felt bad for Sonny Liston, like going through his whole studying his whole life. I felt bad for him, and when this dude calls him overrated, I was like, "Fuck you, man. I'm not gonna watch your shit."
Yeah, because when Sonny Liston won his title, he was expecting to get a big crowd, and nobody showed up.
That's some sad shit too. Imagine that. Oh my god.
Man, it was tough for him, man. It was different times back then. I mean, he wasn't the most likable guy neither, and he had a pretty crazy past too. But
who?
Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston was militant.
Now, as far as a fighter, oh my god! Like once I really got to study Sonny Liston and watch him, I was like, yo, he's really, really bad news for a lot of people.
Like this dude, he trained George Foreman, so I wasn't surprised when George Foreman was telling stories that he sparred with Sonny Liston, and that Sonny Liston was the only person that could push him back, make him fight on the back foot.
Oh yeah, this Liston was strong.
Oh my god.
No one knows exactly what age he was.
Which highlight joint of Shakur did you watch? The one that had like the 5-minute, 19-minute one?
Yeah, I think so.
Where he had the little fro and smiling all the time. That nigga always smiling after he drop a motherfucker. That nigga be like...
But he's got one of the best check hooks.
Yeah, that's why I say he's the closest.
My God.
I think his combinations. He the only one I see that's really throwing 3-4 punch combinations out there, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and he throws really, really devastating left too. Like I said, offensively he's great. Defensively,
he don't get hit much.
Yeah, he don't really get hit much.
His defense is amazing. Where you see him, I'm out of here though, y'all. I'm gonna start another live later on tonight. It's a plan, and we could talk about Roy Jones and Tyson all fucking day.
All right, cool.
That's the joint. I'm gonna give me a little break. A piece of pugilism in the chat.
Hey, what time you hitting back up?
Channel, huh?
What time you linking back up?
It's probably be about 5. Well, no. Probably about 7.
All right, then.
Go handle some business. At 7, I go ahead and talk about some Tyson and Roy, and might as well talk about the fight that's coming up. Of course, Crawford and Gamboa for November 14th. Might as well start it now.
Crawford and Gamboa. You mean Crawford and who was it? Crawford Brook.
Kell Brook.
Yeah, Crawford
We're
Brook,
becoming a Gamboa fan.
Garcia Campbell, Crawford Brook, Garcia Campbell, and Crawford Brook, Mike and Jones, Garcia Campbell. That's the only thing we need to talk about the next this week, the next week, about the fights that's coming up. They deserve all our attention and promotion. Piece of pugilism. So
All right, bro.
I'm excited for those 3 fights. Really
I
good
know,
fights.
man.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I'm licking my chops at Crawford versus Brook for real. And that's just next weekend. So, oh yeah, it's time to get cook on that shit. Well, peace
I
to the
hope they
panel.
give Crawford his respect,
Jeremy.
though.
Huh? What?
I hope they give Crawford his respect at welterweight.
Oh yeah, I think they should. You know, some people aren't. A lot of people will, but we know who ain't. And that's all. That's how the game is. Oh well, he definitely would deserve it. That's why he is getting it because that's why he's ranked in the top 2 pound for pound, right? So he must already have that respect by the people that matters. So that's what we got to keep in mind. But this is Myron Magnus of Boxing Logics United. I see y'all fellas later, man. Thank you for sharing the show, baby.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace and pugilism.